So here's how to make my deer repellent. I'm at war. I have a deer problem. The deer love eating all my hosta flowers, so I'm going to show you how to make a homemade deer repellent. My mother always taught me to be frugal, so I was always looking for something I could make rather than buy. And even today, I darn my husband's wool socks. So here's how to make my deer repellent. We have water and 2-week-old milk that's going off, and joy so the mixture will stick to the leaves, and a couple of rotten eggs, and garlic, and my secret ingredient, ground cloves. I'm going to crack 2 eggs into my glass jug. There's 1. There's 2. I don't have to worry about a bit of shell. I'm sure the deer are not going to mind. And then I'm going to beat them up and sieve them into my plastic bucket. The reason I do this is so that later it'll go through my spray. There might be some big lumps that won't go through the bottle. I have a quart of water, 2 pints, and that's going in my bucket. Mixing up with the eggs. So here's my 2 pints or 1 quart of milk. So I'm going to be making a whole gallon of the mixture at the end of the day, which would be a nice lot to do all my hostas. And a tablespoon of joy, so that things stick better to the leaves. And now the garlic. 1 huge clove of giant garlic. And I don't know whether the deer like the bits, but I don't think it's going to go through the nozzle of my sprayer, so I actually have to peel it. So here's my giant clove of garlic and my meat tenderizer, and I'm going to smash the garlic. There we go. And that'll bring out all the oil and smell. Cut it up a little bit with the knife. And I'm really after all the oil. And I'm going to put the garlic into my mixture, and the deer absolutely hate garlic. And of course it's going to get very, very smelly with all the eggs and the milk after a while. So I'm going to beat this up so I can get the garlic nicely mixed in, because I really want the oil from it rather than the bits. So if I squish it around. And now my secret ingredient, my cloves. So roughly about 2 heaped teaspoons here. Not coming out so well, but 1 more for luck. There we go. So beating your cloves, so you get a nice even mixture. You can't see any cloves anymore. There we go. So here's our mixture, and we're going to let that sit for about a week to get really smelly. We want to put it in a lovely, hot, warm, sunny place. And then we're going to sieve it and put it into our spray bottle and start spraying our hostas and perhaps our Japanese maples that the deer like too. So now I'm on my warpath to ward off my deer. And the first thing I'm going to spray is my Japanese maple here. And when I got this little guy, I didn't realize that the deer loved eating the leaves. I went away for a couple of days, came back, and it was completely bald. So here we go. And it actually doesn't hurt the leaves at all doing this. But of course, it tastes horrible to the deer. And they see this as caviar, so. So here I have about 8 huge hostas, all in flower. And if I didn't do this, I'd come back and all these flowers would be eaten, because they just love them. And it takes a little while, but it's so worthwhile. And part of having your flowers, of course, is to enjoy the flowers. So you wouldn't want to come back here and they're completely gone. So even though I'm spraying this horrible smelling stuff, it doesn't put off the hummingbirds actually. They still come in and put their long noses down a flower and get the nectar.